There he is.
It
Hi.
worked.
It worked. Thank
Yay.
goodness.
That's cool.
Wow.
Very
Cool.
cool.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's good. Well, hey, Kylie, how you doing? Well, that's cool. Welcome to the land of Facebook Live there then, Donna Marie.
Thank
This
you.
is, yeah, exactly. It's a pretty huge thing, isn't it, Kylie? The first time that you ever do this. Hey, Grant, how you doing, mate? Yeah, it can be a bit sort of weird and a bit uncomfortable, can't it?
It is a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. So, but look, guys, I'm going to take over the call, even though that Donna Marie's put this up. If you joined me last night with Tim King, Donna Marie was supposed to be on as well, but unfortunately we had a bit of a technical difficulty to be able to get her on. So that's all good. But basically, yeah, what are we here for? We are here to talk again about ketones, ketosis, and keto max. And Donna Marie's got a pretty awesome story to share. You know, one that a lot of people really need to hear, especially if you've been using this product for a while and you haven't had good results with it. You need to listen to this one. So feel free to engage in the call or comment or ask any questions and things like that. I'm just basically going to, I'll tell you a little bit quickly about myself first, for those of you that don't know me through Donna Marie's network. My name's Brad Rasmus. I've been a health professional for over 24 years. And prior to July 2016, when I first started using this thing called Keto Max, I was pretty anti-supplement for around 10 years. I just thought it was an absolute waste of money to spend heaps of money on supplements and stuff instead of buying real food, real organic food, plus a whole heap of other reasons why. But after using Keto OS for, hey Nicole, hey Kylie, after using Keto OS or Keto Max
Carl.
for a few days, I just couldn't believe how much better a lot of things were happening, my energy with workouts, but it was in particular sleep for me. I just had problems with sleep for a long period of time. But I've been using it for a year and a half now. I've put on 6 kilos since using it. I haven't felt like this in a really, really long time, and I really want everyone to know about it as much as possible. So, but let's just have a quick chat about what ketones and ketosis actually are first. Don't worry about it if it goes over your head. I'm going to be putting some extra information in the comments afterwards, like some pictures that and a short little 3-minute video that'll explain it way more simply than what we could. But basically, ketones are our native fuel. And essentially, I'll just move this over to here better. They're an extremely long-lasting, efficient energy source produced by our liver from fat cells when you haven't eaten carbohydrates or sugar for a long period of time. And ketosis is when you have an elevated level of these ketones running through your blood. And essentially, you can do it in a couple of different ways. You can do it naturally through the process of what's called ketogenesis, or eating a diet and getting into ketosis nutritionally. And essentially that means you either have to starve yourself or you have to eat a ketogenic diet. Both of those a lot of people don't want to do, and they're pretty challenging to do. Or you can drink exogenous ketones, and exogenous is just a fancy way of saying external to the body. So for the last year and a half, we've been able to access a powdered form of ketones that were initially made for NASA astronauts and for the Navy SEALs. So we'll keep it simple there like that. Why would you want to get into ketosis? Because there are a stack of different benefits, and this might come out backwards. If anyone on the call there, if you can comment and just tell me if it's coming out backwards, or is it coming out backwards to you there? No?
It's backwards.
If someone can comment below, just because that was one thing I didn't want to teach Donna Marie to do, to flip the screen around. I thought that's too much technology stuff. But look, if you want fat loss, if you want to preserve your muscle, if you want fast and sustained energy, if you want to reduce your brain fog, mental cognition, better focus, there's the list goes on. It sounds too good to be true, and it always has to me, because I've been prospected by supplement companies and people for a gazillion years. Being a health pro, it all sounds too good to be true, but I gotta say, it's pretty freaking true. So it was backwards. Okay, thanks, Kylie. So anyways, let me introduce you now to Donna Marie. Donna Marie is a mate of mine from Melbourne, and she has got a pretty awesome story to share with regards to not only just using the product, but how long she's actually been putting herself into ketosis through fasting for years, by specifically going to Bali to do this sort of stuff. So So what we'll do is let's just go through. We're going to be done in a few minutes' time, but you need to hear what DonnaMarie has to say. So stick around if you're just hearing this now. So DonnaMarie, how were you first introduced then to Keto Max?
So my introduction was really to ketosis as a whole. I used to, as you said, go to Bali to fast, but prior to that I was starting to get hot flushes. Things were starting to go a little bit weird, and I know my mum had a lot of trouble with stuff like menopause and hormonal stuff, so I was a little bit nervous and a little bit scared, and didn't actually know what I was doing when I first started to go to Bali to do the whole fasting thing. I just knew that I wanted to lose weight, and that was my way of doing it, because, you know, I could be alone there and I could just fast and just do my thing. And as now that I'm part of this amazing community, I've learned such a lot about health and about ketosis. And what ended up happening is I was going over there for 5 years fasting and pretty much putting myself into ketosis and losing the weight and, you know, feeling okay, but really not doing it for long enough to actually get to that point of going, oh my gosh, until the last one, where I'd figured out that coconut water would kick me out for 4 days and all those sort of things. So I ended up spending 9 days on a fast, and by day 9 I felt like Wonder Woman. I was amazing. And so I was 9 days, and now that I know this product, I know that once I'm taking this, I find that same space, that same amazing feeling like Wonder Woman. So my initial search for it was a Google search, and I found it and did not get on well with it. It didn't work. I should have known, you know, my body takes 9 days to get into ketosis, you know. So when I was taking it on and off for a few days, it just wasn't working, and I didn't like it. I didn't think it was what they said it was going to be. And then a very good friend of mine bought some, and he was taking it, and every time I saw him, he just kept saying, this stuff is amazing. And I thought, either he's got it wrong or I've got it wrong. So in September, I started to take it more seriously and more consistently, and it took about 3 weeks. I was on a train, and it was early in the morning, and I went past, like, I looked out the window and there was a mosque, and I'm like, who put that mosque there? Like, how did I not see that being built? Like, where did that come from? You know, like, a mosque is a pretty big thing, you know. And I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, I've been asleep every morning when I come past this point. And I looked in my lap, and I had you know, a to-do list that had like 20 items on it, and I'd already crossed off 4, and it was 7 in the morning, and I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, my to-do lists are normally 4 items and I struggle to get through them, you know. So suddenly I figured out that something was happening, but it wasn't what I expected, you know. Like, I had all these expectations of weight loss and, you know, that I would feel, I didn't really think I'd feel like Wonder Woman again. I didn't know that that's, you know, I hadn't made that connection. I did get to that, and I do feel like that pretty much every day when I take my ketones. Yeah, so it was once I realized that I was awake, I started to look at other things, or started to notice other things.
So how long has it been now since you've been using it? It's like 7 or 8 months or something?
Since September, yes.
September,
so
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I love that story, because it's just such a perfect example of how, what's the same as like just eating organic food, or changing, you know, your lifestyle choices. For when I have people as clients that decide to start exercising for the first time in their life, and they expect things to just happen like that. But, you know, essentially if they've been doing things the exact opposite for decades, you know, it can take a while for the body to be able to get the hint that, oh yeah, rightio, this is what you want me to do. So I guess with you, your body, it takes a long time for you to feel the benefits of ketosis, but at the same time, now that you can drink them instead of essentially going through that starvation ketogenic diet, sort of 9 days worth of strictness to get there, like not a lot of other people are prepared to do what you have done, to go to Bali for 5 years to do that. You know, like that's pretty hardcore. So I guess tell us then, you know, if it's been that was what was happening at the beginning, share with people then now what it's actually doing for you now.
So initially it was the feeling of being awake. It was the feeling of my brain was just on. It was like I had this awareness that I was almost speaking really fast because my brain was going so fast. My mouth had to kind of work hard to keep up with the speed of my thoughts. The clarity was unbelievable. I did not know myself before that. And, you know, a sensation of my own physical strength was it's just the most incredible thing. You can't really explain it unless you've felt it. My sleep improved. That was incredible. I loved that. I didn't think I had a sleeping problem. I didn't. I slept really well until now. It's completely different. You know, better mood. I used to, and it's probably the hormonal thing, I used to get overwhelmed a lot. And I was kind of aware that I was overwhelmed, and it would sort of drive me to tears a little bit. Whereas now it's like, you know, like something else is added to my day and I'm like, yeah, bring it on, you know, just like I'm up for it. That's you know, whereas awesome. Before that would just crush me. My focus is amazing. My, you know, the brain fog, as I said, it's just energy is incredible. I love that part. And it took about, I don't know, 5 months of being like this and thinking, you know, I love this product. I love, you know, being in ketosis, and I love this community. I needed the community to help me to know how to take it. I think that's what the problem was initially. And once I sort of tapped into the community, and the support is just the most incredible thing. I'm still noticing changes. Like 5 months into it, I noticed that my hair stopped falling out. I'd never really been a bit vocal about that. It's a little bit embarrassing, but my hair was falling out quite a lot. Yeah, it was falling out a lot, and it took 5 months.
Wow, you know what? You're just reminding me now, because I need to talk to Bex about this, my wife, for those of you that don't know me, because her hair was always at the bottom of the shower, like ridiculously, and I have hardly seen any at all in a long time. I got to talk to you about that. Sorry, thanks for bringing that up. Wow, okay.
Yeah,
and then you said something about when we spoke about.
Yeah, and it's only been in the last few weeks I've noticed. Like I'm a colon hydrotherapist, I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a massage therapist, so I have to have short nails all the time. They are growing like crazy, and I'm noticing that because I'm just constantly having to cut them, whereas that's new. I didn't expect that. I didn't, you know, I've still got all those other amazing benefits, plus now I'm still adding more, which I'm loving it. It's just incredible. That's cool. Changing my life. It's changed my life. It's changed my relationship with my children, my husband. I love the sleeps. Wow. Jeez.
Okay. We can't confirm that's going to happen for everyone out there, but
and we can't claim anything. We can't claim that it's secure to everything. That's just my personal story, and everybody's story is different. It affects everybody differently. Like you said in the beginning, my 9 days to get into ketosis naturally should have been a little bit of an awakening for me to know that, you know, taking it for 1 day or 2 days here or there just wasn't going to do it. Like a 5-day sample pack is not enough for me. I couldn't commit to, and I didn't know that in the beginning. I needed to be able to have, you know, at least for me 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm so glad you just shared that, because for a lot of you guys that are out there that have either tried Keto Max beforehand, or you're thinking about doing it, or you've just finished doing like a 5-day, you know, taster, It took her weeks to get into that state. I felt it straight away. Luckily enough, I felt it straight away, because for me as an anti-supplement person, I was never going to take something for 3 weeks to be able to, I would have given up like, you know, at day 5 sort of thing. But luckily enough, myself and her friend James both felt the exact same thing. And it made us continue on and using it, just like a lot of you guys out there drink your coffees and things like that to give you your boost each day. We drink ketones now, and it's definitely a way healthier thing than caffeine, that's for sure, long term. But look, I think what you just said is perfect. And so if there's any people on this call here now, on this FB Live, that are friends of DonnaMarie's, if you're wanting to try this stuff out, send her a personal message or just put a number below saying 5-pack. I want to try a 5-pack. The majority of people get a box, they get a 20-pack, but just essentially just put your interest in below in the comments saying yes, and then she'll contact you because she loves this stuff. And same thing if you're a mate of mine, or you're not a mate of any of ours and you've fallen onto this, just put your interest below and we'll be able to help you try out some of this stuff. But look, same time, next Tuesday is the day that I always tend to want to do these things at 8 p.m. Sydney time, Australian time. But mate, I'm going to post some other things below that help explain all this so simply for you to be able to look at, so you don't have to watch this whole video if it's not for you. But thanks for sharing there, DonnaMarie. I really appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. See you later. Thanks, guys.
No worries.